A light chance of showers moving into Rusk County and down to Eau Claire as well, eventually through the morning hours. More about that in just a moment.
The Brewers loaded the bases in the ninth, but couldn't get the tying run home. Jacob Blesendorf reports from American Family Field. And President Trump back at the White House this morning after brokering the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. We'll tell you what's next. A La Crosse librarian killed in a hit and run, and the man facing charges, plus how the community is rallying to support her family. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Tuesday, October 14th, it is 6 a.m. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's tracking our forecast for us today. How's it looking? Still dark. We're still waiting for the sun to come up.
Still dark and still dry, my friend. In fact, we're trying to get that rainfall down to the ground right now, as I just mentioned. It's up by Rusk County, getting towards Eau Claire. It's crossing the river eventually. In fact, we'll see that. It's a low chance of that happening. Earlier, it was a 20% chance to a 30% chance from us all the way up to Eau Claire. And, of course, that's going to change a bit. There's more on the way, though. Look at all that rainfall coming from California and working its way across the states. We'll keep an eye on that as we get into more shower chances as we go through this afternoon. It's a widespread chance as well. That goes into the evening and overnight through your evening commute and into the overnight hours to Wednesday, and will taper off by the late morning hours for your Wednesday. We're also holding on to those showers I just mentioned. You can see for La Crosse it will be more widespread, and of course increasing rainfall as we finish out for Eau Claire, getting to a 40 to 70% chance of that happening for tonight. It's dry over there in Eau Claire right now, and is also dry in La Crosse currently, as I mentioned before. Your highs for the day widespread in the 50s up to the north as you get along I-94, down to the south, mostly some upper 50s and mostly low 60s in the forecast. But a roller coaster ride of rainfall, I should say rainfall and chances of warming temperatures also in the forecast. Back to you.
All right, well, now to the playoff push. Excitement was high last night in Milwaukee as the Brewers embarked on Game 1 against the Dodgers in the NL Championship Series. Sports director Jacob Blesendorf joins us from American Family Field with a quick look at some of the highlights.
Yeah, good morning, Alexandra. No shortage of drama last night in Game 1 of the NLCS. The Brewers had a chance to tie the game and send it to extras or win in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded, but they fall short as the Brewers drop the opener by a final of 2-1. Well, this was a pitcher's duel, and the defense wasn't half bad either. Check out this play in the fourth inning. You never seen anything like it. Max Muncy thinks he has a grand slam. Sal Frelick brings it back, pops out of his glove, off the wall, and he snags it, throws it home, and the Brewers end up turning a double play. Fast forward to the sixth, Freddie Freeman up at the dish, and he gives the visitors the lead with a towering solo shot out to right. Then we skip ahead to that bottom of the ninth inning. Bases loaded, Brewers down 1 with 2 outs, and Bryce Terang chases the high heater, and the Brewers fall 2-1. And coming up in the Blitz, Kate and I will have more of the action from Game 1, including some post-game reaction from both managers. But for now, that'll do it for us. Back to you in the studio.
To the Middle East now. President Trump back at the White House this morning after taking that victory lap for his role brokering the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn has more on what's next.
Tearful mourners placed flowers at a growing memorial outside a forensic center in Tel Aviv, where the bodies of 4 deceased Israeli hostages were brought for identification. The solemn scene, a stark contrast to Monday's celebrations of the return of the 20 remaining living Israeli hostages, reunited with their families after more than 2 harrowing years in captivity. These scenes unfolded as President Trump delivered a speech to Israel's parliament, touting his role in brokering the deal that made it all happen.
This is the historic dawn of a new Middle East.
There were also celebrations in Gaza and the West Bank after nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners were released as part of the deal, while aid trucks flowing into Gaza were swarmed by crowds. This mother says some people take aid while others get nothing. In Egypt Monday, the president also signed a peace and security declaration with the heads of Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey, and held a summit with dozens of world leaders.
The rebuilding is maybe going to be the easiest part. I think we've done a lot of the hardest part.
But questions remain on a number of issues, including whether Hamas will disarm. Who pays for the reconstruction of Gaza, which experts say could cost $53 billion? Which countries will contribute to the president's plan for an international security force in Gaza? And what a Palestinian government in Gaza will look like. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
A News 8 Now follow-up. News 8 learning the man charged in a September hit and run is accused of killing a beloved La Crosse librarian. 18-year-old David Resto is charged in the crash that killed Medora Nelson Ferris. The criminal complaint says Resto was speeding and blew through a stop sign at King Street and 16th Street South, crashing into the vehicle she was in. Nelson Ferris was a children's librarian at the La Crosse Public Library, beloved by the community. You see here a memorial now sits at that intersection reading, "We love you, Medora." A GoFundMe has raised more than $12,000 at last check for her family. If you're interested in donating, we have a link for you on our website. And La Crosse police also identifying the victim in a fatal motorcycle crash. Police say 37-year-old Nicholas Smith died from his injuries after a two-vehicle collision at Mormon Cooley Road and 33rd Street. The crash happened October 2nd. Smith was seriously injured and taken to a local hospital, but died from his injuries. Winona County is dropping nearly 40 DWI cases after an issue was found with a breathalyzer machine. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more on the discovery.
Winona County is dropping DWI charges after a cylinder was incorrectly installed into a breath test machine at the county jail. A cylinder is a pressurized gas tank that is used in alcohol testing instruments. There are two types, PBT or preliminary breath test and DMT. Sheriff Ron Ganrud says a PBT cylinder, which is used by officers to find probable cause for an arrest, was placed into a DMT machine.
The cylinder got changed out in June of 2025. And then the day that we found out about it, obviously took it out of service until this problem was corrected.
46 tests were given between June 14th and September 20th. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension says 39 of those were affected.
The county attorney said that any pending cases she was going to dismiss from that time period using that machine. And anybody that had already pled guilty, she was contacting their attorneys and working on vacating those convictions.
One attorney says dropping the charges was the best thing to do.
In order for a test to be admissible in court, the test result has to be reliable. So when they put the wrong part inside of the machine, basically what they did was the police rendered that test unreliable.
To prevent a mix-up from happening again, Ganrud says they plan to store the cylinders in separate places and limit the number of people who can change them. In Winona, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
La Crescent is getting a new cannabis business. The city council approved a conditional use permit for Carbon, Minnesota to open an indoor cannabis manufacturing facility at 190 Main Street. The company won't sell cannabis there, but will supply local stores. If the state approves, they hope to open early next year. More than 170,000 Wisconsinites experience infertility and often pay tens of thousands of dollars for it out of pocket. But a new act is looking to help. The Wisconsin Building Families Act would require health plans to cover fertility treatment and preservation. Eau Claire Representative Jody Emerson, the bill's author, says insurance should treat infertility as a medical condition.
I believe that reproductive freedom is about being able to choose when and if you have a family, when it works for you. And finances shouldn't get in the way of it. Other medical conditions shouldn't get in the way of it.
Emerson says she would be open to compromising with insurance companies in order to get the legislation passed. Ultra Federal Credit Union employees went out volunteering across the region yesterday, part of the company's 8th annual Ultra Gives Back Day, with all offices closed to allow more than 400 employees to volunteer.
We really just want to spend time focusing on giving back to the community. And so we use Indigenous Peoples Day to not only serve within the La Crosse area, but we also have branches in Texas and Tennessee as well. And we do this to just kind of make a difference. And it's part of the credit union way.
They helped out at places like the La Crosse Area YMCA, Boys and Girls Clubs, and the Cooley Region Humane Society. Winona students getting a taste of locally grown food yesterday. Winona area schools hosted a farm-to-school event at the senior high. Students there got to try Ferndale Farms wild rice turkey brats, all made with Minnesota-grown ingredients.
This helps both farmers and students, and specifically keeping that food system local, which we know is the healthiest way to deliver our food.
The district says it's working to get more locally sourced food into school meals year-round. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news, JP Morgan Chase making a major announcement for companies in national security. 250,000 jobs opening up at Amazon for the holiday season, and a new multi-million-dollar OpenAI deal is in the works. President Trump announcing a new 130% tariff on China. We'll tell you what it means for your next shopping trip. And before we go to break, something sweet. Today is National Dessert Day. Whether it's brownies, cookies, cake, or pie, today is the day to indulge. Perfect time to stop by your favorite bakery and grab a sweet treat. As you start to wake up, we'll leave you with the wake-up call with a live look at Cloud Gate, publicly and affectionately known as the Bean in Chicago, Illinois. So quiet there. Usually there's tons of lines wrapped around that place. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lasting Exteriors. Use promo code 20 and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like $10 off assorted men's and women's Wrangler retro jeans, men's Rustler jeans, $16.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. All Fram oil filters are on sale, 20% off. Plus, we offer Blaine's Best Price Promise, guaranteeing you the lowest price with us or we'll match it right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
This fall, refresh your home and save big during the Fall Home Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms, everything you need to get your home ready for the season on sale now. Choose from in-stock items or special order exactly what you want. Get the quality, comfort, and style you love at prices you don't want to miss. Hurry in, these savings won't last. The Fall Home Sale happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
We hear it all the time. A company gives a homeowner a quote for replacement windows. When the homeowner hesitates, they drop the price by almost 50% if they sign today. Makes you wonder why they didn't offer that price to begin with.
They called us for a second opinion. Our price, over $5,000 less, without the sales games and for better windows.
At Clear Choice, we believe in honest pricing, no pressure, and quality you can trust.
Don't get pressured into a bad deal. Call us today.
Choose Clear Choice or something less.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. Choose American Waterworks.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports and your day becomes better and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and you know, it's a good life. I'm Randy and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com.
All right, looking at this rainfall working its way, getting closer to the Twin Cities and then beyond, going towards Rice Lake. We'll also see a little bit of light sprinkles trying to get down towards Black River Falls. And of course, is right by, you can see Black River Falls in Eau Claire and also La Crosse. Right now, La Crosse only has broken skies right now and of course, overcast conditions by Eau Claire. Getting a little bit closer here, you can see it's not much really getting down to the ground fall right now. You see it by Strum going towards Arcadia. We'll also hold on to Menominee. Nothing doing on the roadways there, and they're a little bit closer to the Twin Cities in Eau Claire. Holding on also to near Black River Falls, nothing happening there as well, but except for some traffic that is actually doing quite well. Dry conditions for Eau Claire right now, as well as dry conditions for La Crosse. We go through the morning hours for you. Then we take it into this. Your current temperatures, you're seeing 50s and some 40s in the forecast right now, mostly 50 around by Winona, 48 in La Crosse, 49 in Eau Claire. We'll get back down to how this all plays out. Drier conditions for La Crosse. We go through the morning hours under mostly cloudy skies, getting to cloudy skies as we go right into the 1 o'clock hour, where rainfall potential potential is a little bit better. We'll hold on to showers now back in the forecast for Eau Claire, about a 20 to 30% chance of that happening as we go through the morning hours through sunrise, and then back again as we go into the 1 o'clock hour, and they'll keep that for the remainder of the day. Highs for Tuesday, 50s up to the north, 60s down to the south along I-90, and of course we're going to be seeing the possibility of more rainfall as we go right back through the tonight, going from the evening commute all the way through the overnight hours for La Crosse, and of course it'll be more widespread as well for Eau Claire, going right through the overnight hours as well in your forecast. I'll have more about this coming up for you when I return again. Stick around.
In your morning consumer news, JP Morgan Chase is making a major investment in national security. The bank says it'll invest $10 billion in defense contractors and AI companies. It's part of a push to protect the U.S. economy as trade tensions rise with China. JP Morgan also says it'll help finance $1.5 trillion to companies critical for national economic security. Amazon is announcing it's hiring 250,000 people just in time for the holiday season. That includes regular, full-time, part-time, and seasonal jobs. They'll work for the online retail giant's fulfillment and transportation network across the United States. The jobs will be posted through December online. OpenAI is making its own AI chips for the first time. The company is partnering with Broadcom to build them over the next 4 years. The project will require enough electricity to power a large city. Rising trade tensions between the U.S. and China have retirement accounts fluctuating. President Trump is set to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping this month. Many investors are hoping they will lower the temperature, but that's not what's happening at U.S. ports, as Amy Kiley reports.
Can we find some way to kind of coexist with China as we still are strategic rivals?
Today, the U.S. and China are imposing new port fees on each other's ships amid the threat of more tariff hikes. That's according to the U.S. Trade Representative and the Chinese Ministry of Transport. The fees are another import cost for businesses on top of duties.
We're in a pattern of escalation and now hopefully towards de-escalation, paving the way for President Trump to meet with Xi Jinping just a couple of weeks from now in Korea.
The port fees are part of escalating trade policies between the two countries. Chinese analysts accuse the U.S. of starting this latest tit-for-tat by imposing new export controls last month. They say that's why China recently tightened restrictions on rare earth minerals. They're important for cars, electronics, and semiconductors. As a result, President Donald Trump is threatening a triple-digit tariff hike on Chinese imports by November 1st. Beijing is warning of retaliation if that happens, but both sides say they'd prefer a resolution. In a social media post Sunday, Trump says, quote, "Don't worry about China, it will all be fine." And the USA wants to help China, not hurt it.
The 100% tariff does not have to happen. I imagine that I will have some contact with my counterpart and then the two leaders will meet.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Let's look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on that forecast.
All right, Alexander, and away we go. Nothing on the ground just yet, but the forecast continues to get better for Eau Claire. You're seeing the Twin Cities now getting that rainfall possibilities of that, and then Eau Claire is going to start to get some rainfall as we go closer to the 7 o'clock hour, then picking up some slight chances of rainfall as we get right back into La Crosse, going into the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, and eventually that's going to slowly track down to the south, and eventually as we go right into the afternoon and evening, we'll see more widespread rainfall for everybody else getting into the forecast and overnight. Take a wide view. A lot of this is coming from California. Look at that big storm that's out there. That's been going on for a while now. It's even having potential for severe weather kind of working down along the coastal areas and into the interior portions of the state with flooding. We'll also see as we get back here, this rainfall is showing right now light to heavy rain, but that's breaking down as it gets closer to the Twin Cities. So we're seeing light rainfall possibilities for the day. Getting into it here, you'll also hold on to everybody getting some rainfall, and everybody's holding on to those 60s as well in the forecast, especially in the central portion as down as the southern portion as well along I-90. We'll be picking up temperatures around 62 degrees. Yeah, some upper 50s in there as well, but we're also holding on to mostly cloudy skies and rainfall in your forecast. Let's take it right back to La Crosse. You're looking at 62 degrees there. Upper 50s from Arcadia, getting up to middle 50s by Whitehall. Cloudier skies up there as well. Then once you get back over to the east, you're seeing some mostly cloudy skies with temperatures from at least 59 to 61 degrees. We'll get back up to the north. Cloudier skies for Ladysmith at 57 degrees. Right through Chippewa Valley, you're holding on at least 55 55 degrees there. And to the east, you're seeing those middle 50s as well, from 55 to 56 degrees. Showers kick in as we go right through the morning hours. You'll see that try to cross the river. By the time we get in the 3 o'clock hour, we're seeing more widespread rainfall up to the north by Eau Claire, back down to Black River Falls as well, and then getting towards Winona. We'll see that get back into the forecast for Eau Claire by the time we get in the 5 o'clock hour. Still a little bit of light shower activity, if that hitting the ground at all, with light to moderate rainfall, possibly by areas right between Eau Claire and going into Winona. Then we'll see that start to track down and weaken a little bit as we get in the 9 o'clock hour and start working down towards the south, getting away from Eau Claire, working down towards Winona, back towards La Crosse, and then down to Prairie du Chien, Boswell, and Richland Center. That continues by the 5 a.m. hour for tomorrow. So most of the rainfall will be down to the south as we get into Wednesday morning. So mostly along I-90, getting farther south along I-90 as well. Then it tapers off, getting into the afternoon hours, and we're done for a while till we get back into the evening, where rainfall will be most likely. So tonight, through your evening commute all the way into the overnight hours, showers possible, picking up to about 60% chance for La Crosse, turning into a 70% chance, going to about a 60 to 30% chance for Eau Claire, and then that goes in the morning hours, and we should be done with that. Wednesday's highs, though, when it gets a little bit drier into the afternoon, we're looking at least 50s, a widespread, a little bit on the cooler side there. Then we'll take it in the rainfall going in for Wednesday night, going to Thursday. That continues on right through Thursday into the evening hours and overnight for Friday into the morning. Highs for Tuesday, as you can see here, once again, 50s widespread and a little bit on the cooler side. As you can see the rainfall possibly working through the area as we go right through it, holding on to 60s, then upper 50s, then upper 60s, middle 70s in the forecast, back down to the upper 60s, seasonal average temperatures possibly, and then get back down to lower conditions or near seasonal by Sunday, and then seasonal average temperatures to finish out for the beginning of next week, Monday and Tuesday. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. Coming up, good news if you're concerned about Alzheimer's. A new blood test could help detect the disease earlier. We'll explain after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up in the Blitz, the Brewers in a wild one last night against the Dodgers in Game 1 of the NLCS. Me and Kate will have a report on how things went down from the thriller. Stick around.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models.
Visit HometownChevy.com.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West-Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. Get crispy tacos for just $1.39 every Taco Tuesday, only at Taco John's.
This process has really given me flexibility. Since it's self-paced, I'm able to do my work and then still do other stuff. I don't feel weighed down from the course alone.
Get ready for the holidays and save money during our fall sale at Interior Designs Home. All of our carpets are on sale. You'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimates in your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without.
bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle. News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. We're here at American Family Field following an exciting Game 1 of the NLCS. The Milwaukee Brewers hosting the LA Dodgers. First of 4 games gets a trip to the World Series. Now, you don't need to win game number 1, but it would certainly help if you did.
It certainly does help, and that's what home field advantage is for, having that first game at your place. But the Brewers, they fall in their opener 2-1 the final in what was a thriller, Kate. It was scoreless going into the 4th inning. Dodgers would load up the bases. Only 1 out. Max Muncy sends a deep shot to center field. Looks like it's going to be a grand slam, but no. Sal Frelick jumps up, brings it back in. And what looked like Frelick caught the ball, but after review, it hits off the wall. The throw into home was in time, and the Brewers get one of the craziest double plays I've ever seen. Inning over. Still scoreless in the 6th inning, but Freddie Freeman would step up to the plate against Chad Patrick, and Freeman, he would send it deep over the right field wall with a towering shot. Dodgers take a 1-0 lead.
Freddie Freeman's been a Brewer killer for a while, so hopefully he'll oversleep tomorrow or something.
For the Brewer offense, they just could not find their stride. Blake Snell would go 8 innings pitched, giving up just 1 hit and striking out 10 Brewer batters.
This was as good as I can remember in the postseason against a very gritty team. Puts the ball in play. The changeup was the pitch of the night. His command was great, and yeah, you're not going to see too many performances like that, certainly in the postseason. This was pretty special.
Milwaukee would have a chance in the 9th inning. Bases loaded, down 1, but Bryce Terang goes down on strikes to end the game.
So it turned out to be a thriller at AmFam Field. The atmosphere was fantastic, and the Brewers will try to even up the series tonight with a good pitcher on the mound.
Yeah, they're certainly going to want to bounce back. Freddie Peralta taking the mound for the Brewers. Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers. Will it be another pitching duel? It very possibly could be, but let's hope the Brewer bats wake up and give the fans a show.
Absolutely. That game at 7:08 on TBS once again. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
That's my go-to guy. Can you fix my smartphone?
Yes.
Do you have car batteries?
Yeah.
What about golf cart batteries?
Of course.
Battery from a G-Fob?
Absolutely.
My boat?
Huge variety.
Toy boat?
Sure.
Motorcycles?
You bet.
My apartment building?
Whole building.
Do you have batteries for my party lights?
Yeah.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Laston Exteriors. Our highly trained technicians can install the complete water management system for your home with our exclusive custom gutters, gutter helmet, and helmet heat. Gutter helmet is filter free, so it will never clog, guaranteeing you'll never clean your gutters again. Use promo code 20 and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
We hear it all the time. A company gives a homeowner a quote for replacement windows. When the homeowner hesitates, they drop the price by almost 50% if they sign today. Makes you wonder why they didn't offer that price to begin with.
They called us for a second opinion. Our price, over $5,000 less, without the sales games and for better windows.
At Clear Choice, we believe in honest pricing, no pressure, and quality you can trust.
Don't get pressured into a bad deal. Call us today.
Choose Clear Choice or something less.
Toma Health Warren's Clinic provides quality care with same-day and next-day appointments.
I think the biggest thing for patients is they can call today, they can be seen today or the next day, they can leave with the stuff that they need. Quality care is being able to offer care to patients that's compassionate, it's timely.
It's important for the community to have the convenience of Warren's Clinic because we're available for those needs.
Toma Health Warren's Clinic offers convenient quality care when you need it most.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like men's full blue denim jeans, just $12.99. Rewards members get up to $200 instant savings on a new set of tires. Save even more on select brands with consumer rebates. Plus, we offer Blaine's Best Price Promise, guaranteeing you the lowest price with us or we'll match it right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
You got batteries for my side-by-side?
Yes.
Replace my flashlight?
Sure thing. What about my business?
Oh, good one.
100%. Batteries for my fleet of trucks?
Gas floor scrubbers?
Yes, and fire panels. We have pallets of batteries.
Well, what about...
As your go-to guy, if it needs a battery, we have it.
Well, that's all you had to say.
Could have led with that.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Shower potential in the forecast. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, the Brewers loaded the bases in the ninth, but couldn't get the tying run home. Jacob Lesendorf reports from American Family Field. President Trump back at the White House this morning after brokering the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. We'll tell you what's next. A La Crosse librarian killed in a hit and run, the man facing charges, plus how the community is rallying to support her family. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Tuesday, October 14th, about 6:30 in the morning. Hope your morning's off to a great start. If it's not, it will be, because we're going to send it over to Art. He's going to cheer us all up.
Cheer you up. How about an umbrella now? So we have some rainfall in the forecast, but right now it's a low chance right now, about a 30% chance for Eau Claire, 20% chance for La Crosse. Continues to work in. Light to moderate rainfall associated with that as well. And of course, we're going to continue this as we get into it. A wider view with more rainfall on the way to finish out for the late day. Getting into the evening commute, that's when it really starts to go more widespread rainfall, and that continues into the overnight hours as well. A lot of this rainfall coming out of California. We'll hold on to those showers for this morning, this evening, and tonight. And then again for your morning for tomorrow, just finishing out by the late morning hours and going dry until we get back into the nighttime, going to the overnight hours into Thursday. So you see the rainfall for today. You're getting into the afternoon for La Crosse, into the evening hours, but Eau Claire, a different story. You're seeing more showers coming back again in the morning hours, and then right back through the 6 o'clock hour as well, going to the overnight. We'll get into Eau Claire. They're dry right now, believe it or not, and holding on to La Crosse, also dry conditions right now. That rainfall will start to come back again within the hour or so. High temperatures in the 50s as you get up to north along I-90. And then once you get down to I-90, you're looking at upper 50s to the low 60s with an increase in temperatures over the next couple of days and right back down. That's a look at your forecast. Back to you.
All right, now to the Brewers' playoff push. Excitement high last night in Milwaukee as the Brewers embarked on Game 1 against the Dodgers in the NL Championship Series. Sports director Jacob Lesendorf joins us from American Family Field with a quick look at some of the highlights.
Yeah, good morning, Alexandra. No shortage of drama last night in Game 1 of the NLCS. The Brewers had a chance to tie the game and send it to extras or win in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded, but they fall short as the Brewers dropped the opener by a final of 2-1. Well, this was a pitcher's duel, and the defense wasn't half bad either. Check out this play in the fourth inning. You never seen anything like it. Max Muncy thinks he has a grand slam. Sal Frelick brings it back, pops out of his glove, off the wall, and he snags it, throws it home, and the Brewers end up turning a double play. Fast forward to the sixth, Freddie Freeman up at the dish, and he gives the visitors the lead with a towering solo shot out to right. Then we skip ahead to that bottom of the ninth inning. Bases loaded, Brewers down 1 with 2 outs, and Bryce Terang chases the high heater, and the Brewers fall 2-1. And coming up in the Blitz, Kate and I will have more of the action from Game 1, including some post-game reaction from both managers. But for now, that'll do it for us. Back to you in the studio.
To the Middle East now. President Trump back at the White House after taking a victory lap in the Middle East for his role brokering the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn reports.
Tearful mourners placed flowers at a growing memorial outside a forensic center in Tel Aviv, where the bodies of 4 deceased Israeli hostages were brought for identification. The solemn scene, a stark contrast to Monday's celebrations of the return of the 20 remaining living Israeli hostages, reunited with their families after more than 2 harrowing years in captivity. These scenes unfolded as President Trump delivered a speech to Israel's parliament, touting his role in brokering the deal that made it all happen.
This is the historic dawn of a new Middle East.
There were also celebrations in Gaza and the West Bank after nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners were released as part of the deal, while aid trucks flowing into Gaza were swarmed by crowds. This mother says some people take aid while others get nothing. In Egypt Monday, the president also signed a peace and security declaration with the heads of Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey, and held a summit with dozens of world leaders.
The rebuilding is maybe going to be the easiest part. I think we've done a lot of the hardest part.
But questions remain on a number of issues, including whether Hamas will disarm. Who pays for the reconstruction of Gaza, which experts say could cost $53 billion? Which countries will contribute to the president's plan for an international security force in Gaza? And what a Palestinian government in Gaza will look like. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
A News 8 Now follow-up now. We have learned the man charged in a September hit and run is accused of killing a beloved La Crosse librarian. 18-year-old David Resto is charged in the crash that killed Medora Nelson Ferris. The criminal complaint says Resto was speeding and blew through a stop sign at King Street and 16th Street South, crashing into the vehicle she was in. Nelson Ferris was a children's librarian at the La Crosse Public Library, a pillar of our community. You see here a memorial now sits at the intersection reading, "We love you, Medora." A GoFundMe has raised more than $10,000 for her family. If you'd like to donate, we have a link to that on our website, news8000.com. La Crosse police have identified the victim in a fatal motorcycle crash. Police say 37-year-old Nicholas Smith died from his injuries after a two-vehicle collision at Mormon Cooley Road and 33rd Street. The crash happened October 2nd. Smith was seriously injured, then taken to a local hospital, but died from his injuries. Winona County is dropping nearly 40 DWI cases. It comes after an issue was found with a breathalyzer machine. News 8 Now's Grace Monk explains.
Winona County is dropping DWI charges after a cylinder was incorrectly installed into a breath test machine at the county jail. A cylinder is a pressurized gas tank that is used in alcohol testing instruments. There are two types, PBT or preliminary breath test and DMT. Sheriff Ron Ganrud says a PBT cylinder, which is used by officers to find probable cause for an arrest, was placed into a DMT machine.
The cylinder got changed out in June of 2025. And then the day that we found out about it, obviously we took it out of service until this problem was corrected.
46 tests were given between June 14th and September 20th. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension says 39 of those were affected.
The county attorney said that any pending cases she was going to dismiss from that time period using that machine. And anybody that had already pled guilty, she was contacting their attorneys and working on vacating those convictions.
One attorney says dropping the charges was the best thing to do.
In order for a test to be admissible in court, the test result has to be reliable. So when they put the wrong part inside of the machine, basically what they did was the police rendered that test unreliable.
To prevent a mix-up from happening again, Ganrud says they plan to store the cylinders in separate places and limit the number of people who can change them. In Winona, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
In our medical news this morning, doctors now have a new tool to help diagnose Alzheimer's disease. The FDA approved a blood test yesterday that can detect high levels of protein associated with Alzheimer's. It's for adults 55 and older, showing signs of cognitive decline. This is the second blood test the FDA has approved to help detect Alzheimer's. Many Wisconsin families have to pay a high price to access fertility treatments. News 8 Now's Allison Fergut explains a new bill looking to change that.
Ariana Diamond has been struggling with infertility since 2019.
I have dealt with all the hormones with fertility treatments.
She says the process can take an emotional toll.
It's easy to want to fall into, this kind of dark hole when you're faced with, like bad news after bad news.
Diamond says the cost for treatment can add up fast, adding another obstacle in the journey. Luckily, her husband's employer offers a fertility benefit that helps pay for treatments.
I am very blessed, but I could not imagine being able to pay like out of pocket for any of that.
But that kind of insurance coverage is rare in Wisconsin.
I would say that we personally have at least probably $75,000 invested into our IVF journey.
Bridget Sanford says her treatments were worth every penny, but she and her husband had to sacrifice to afford them.
We cashed out our savings. We borrowed and kind of from our Roth IRA accounts.
A new state bill aims to ease the burden of fertility treatments on Wisconsin families.
I believe that reproductive freedom is about being able to choose when and if you have a family, when it works for you. And finances shouldn't get in the way of it. Other medical conditions shouldn't get in the way of it.
Eau Claire Representative Jody Emerson authored the Wisconsin Building Families Act. It requires health plans to cover fertility treatment and fertility preservation services.
This would mean that health insurance companies can't exclude certain procedures like egg retrieval, hormone treatments.
Emerson says she would be open to compromising with insurance companies in order to get the legislation passed. And Sanford, now a mom to 3, says even a little insurance coverage would go a long way.
It could be a lot better if insurances did cover. It would need to be all of it, just even some. Something would be nice.
Currently, 22 states and D.C. have passed fertility insurance laws. Now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got a look at our morning commute.
All right, we're edging closer to get that rainfall down to the ground right now. Still holding on to it, trying to get a little bit closer here. We're holding on to the possibility of 40s, 50s as we finish out, going into the 57-degree mark. And, of course, that's cloudier skies going into the afternoon. We'll see as we get into Eau Claire, you're looking at showers possibly at the 7 a.m. hour all the way through the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour, and then drier conditions coming back by 11 o'clock, returning again by the 1 o'clock hour, so after the noon portions. You get into highs for today. You're seeing more of the 50s up to the north and then 60s down to the south, mixed in with some upper 50s there as well. We'll pick up again the rainfall possibilities as we get into tonight. It'll be more widespread for everybody getting into the forecast as well, holding on to about a 60% chance going into the overnight hours. Then again for Eau Claire, you're picking up again about a 70% chance, 80% chance, 60, and then dropping down and petering out once we get into the 5 o'clock hour. So we have some showers coming in tonight going to the overnight hours. Lows for tomorrow holding on to the 40s and maybe a 50-degree mark for La Crosse. We'll see as we get into the highs for tomorrow. Also much cooler with widespread 50s in the forecast. So you're going to see those temperatures drop a little bit. You can see them as we go through the afternoon. And we see some showers in the morning. Then the afternoon holds on to cloudier skies, giving way to the possibility of more showers possibly coming back again. But it's a low chance to finish out for Eau Claire. That's your forecast. Back to you.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Olivia's turning 8. She likes fishing and doing arts and crafts.
Look, she got one.
All right.
Great job. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, 88, 98, 108, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button at the Home tab on our website.
Coming up, a new documentary shows proven solutions to homelessness. It's screening tonight to support La Crosse's Pathways plan. Meet the filmmakers after the break.
Help your pup feel their best with water therapy at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Our heated pool is perfect for recovery, mobility, and gentle exercise. Book your dog's splash session today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Spectrum TV, isn't that only live TV?
No, it's only all my favorite streaming apps with live TV.
Okay.
It's only all included at no extra cost. And that's the magic of math. Will this be on the test? Sure. Why not?
It's only one simple payment for all our TV. We gotta simplify and win. Winning is equally important.
If not, more so. Only Spectrum TV, fixed TV.
Everybody's friendly, and if you've got problems or need some help, they'll pitch in.
All the things I used to do before I came here, I still do. It gives you freedom and a little happiness.
You don't have to shovel, you don't have to mow.
I would recommend this place highly. We looked at several, and this was the top of my line. The meals, everything is just, it's great.
G&T. Get a heat pump for your home or office space.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
All right, as we get into your local weather here, this is what I've got going on for you. We'll hold on to some moisture starting to build up in the upper atmosphere here. We'll take a look here as we take a better view. You see drier conditions down to the lower 48. And of course, we're also going to see a little moisture going into Texas now coming in from the, eastern Pacific Ocean. We'll also see dry conditions still, not much in the way of rainfall hitting the ground just yet. We'll also see as we get into the Twin Cities, more rainfall starting to work into the area there. Light to moderate rainfall with a tinge of heaviness starting to break down just before it reaches the Twin Cities. We'll take a view here going a little bit wider and seeing a lot of that moisture is coming in from California. Big storm out there continues to lift up right through the Four Corners region and then back into our area. We're also seeing that come up from the eastern Pacific as well from the south, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll hold on to that rainfall. As you can see, it's starting to work towards Eau Claire. Then La Crosse is looking like it's supposed to have some rainfall. We're still not even cloudy skies just yet. We're still under clouds just coalescing. They're more broken. We'll get into the forecast we see for today. More along the lines of a chance of showers coming back again for the late day hours into the evening for the commute for La Crosse. We'll see similar conditions for Eau Claire, but this is the thing. You're going to start off in the morning for Eau Claire, then continue out to the latter portion of the day as well as in the evening hours. Highs for the afternoon, 50s up to the north along I-94, and then you get down to I-96 and you're looking at some 60s mixed in there with some upper 50s in the forecast. We'll carry over to that rainfall slowly but surely working its way in. The model's trying to catch up to the rainfall that's actually happening, but you'll see more rainfall up to the north by the time we get in the 3 o'clock hour, so still showing a better chance of rainfall getting into the late day. That fills in all the way towards La Crosse as well by the 5 o'clock hour. Then it becomes more widespread as we pick up again right going to the evening hours and overnight. You see that right back down into areas by Prairie du Chien and Bosqueville and Richland Center. Then the heavier rainfall starts to come back again down towards Viroqua, going towards Bosqueville and Prairie du Chien for the morning hours. And that's when we know we're going to see most of the showers in the morning. Then it breaks down, not much happening as we get into the late day morning hours as we roll right back into how it all plays out for tonight's forecast. It's widespread rainfall for everybody in the region. We'll see that continue into the overnight hours as well for Eau Claire, then breaking down by the time we get through sunrise tomorrow. Highs for Wednesday, this is what you're looking at. You're going to see a little bit of temperatures holding on to much cooler though. 50s widespread, getting into a little bit of rainfall, getting closer. And as we go right back through Thursday and to Friday, you'll see a little extra shower potential going in the forecast. We're also going to see Thursday as we get into it, 50s and 60s. As I mentioned before, getting back to warmer conditions with that roller coaster ride. So 62 degrees down to 58 degrees, and then up to 69 degrees to middle 70s in the forecast, and eventually back down to seasonal average gradually through the weekend and into the beginning of next week.
All right, thank you, Art. New this morning, a documentary screening tonight could help La Crosse solve homelessness. Beyond the Bridge shows how cities across the country are using a housing-first approach, and it supports La Crosse County's Pathways Home Plan. We are joined this morning by filmmakers Dawn Sawyer and Tim Hashko, and James Matthey, a La Crosse native who's now Milwaukee County's housing administrator. Thank you all for being here this morning. Great to see you. So let's just start. Tell us a little bit about this housing-first approach that you're spotlighting in the film. What does that mean?
Housing First is permanent housing for all the people that you see on the street, people with mental health mental health problems and addictions. You put them into housing, but you have to have case management and supportive services. It doesn't work without it.
Right.
And it has a bad reputation right now because people are doing it, just putting people in housing, and it's not working.
And leaving them be. Okay. All right. And so, James, you're from La Crosse, like we said. You now work as Milwaukee County's housing administrator. Milwaukee has the nation's lowest unsheltered population. What is Milwaukee doing right?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we're able to do is get everybody on the same page. So government, law enforcement, businesses, healthcare, everybody is following one plan.
Okay.
So 10 years ago, there were different ideas between city and the county and citizens. Everybody now speaks with the same voice and supports the same plan, whether, again, philanthropic groups, law enforcement, government. All citizens know what the plan is, and everybody supports that one plan together.
Okay, so you kind of streamlined it.
Absolutely.
Interesting. All
Hey,
right.
so La Crosse has its own Pathways plan. How does the documentary affect that?
Yeah, I think it's good news for La Crosse citizens. It really follows what the documentary shows the solutions are, kind of what we did in Milwaukee. So Don and Tim's film really talks about the spirit of community collaboration. And La Crosse's new plan, it's exciting. We really think the plan is going to work, and they're really following what citizens are going to see in the film.
Okay, great. And then what can people in La Crosse learn from these other cities that you visited and spotlight in the film?
As we traveled the country, we spent a year on the road. We saw so many amazing people doing amazing work, organizations, innovations. But only those cities that have, like Jim was saying, built this homelessness response system on the foundation of Housing First with everybody, all the stakeholders at the table. Only those communities have had real success. So that's the message of our film.
So it takes everyone coming together, really.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, so the documentary is going to be screened over at the Weber Center. Is it going to be, I should say, what should we expect?
I think you should expect a documentary about homelessness like you've never seen before. It's going to be inspiring, motivating, energizing, and the community, usually communities really rally around this and they march together to solve the issue. So,
the biggest expectation is to learn that homelessness is solvable. Most people don't believe that.
Right.
And this is how you solve it, and it's a win for everyone.
Quick question though, the other cities that you've been to now, have they had a chance to see this film at all, and are they actually thinking about implementing what you guys are suggesting?
Yes, well, as we go around the country, we do the screening, do the events, and some communities have a real follow-through, and they implement what we're suggesting, and it really works.
All right.
Some don't.
Right on.
We hope that La Crosse will be one of those.
Yeah, okay. Do people need tickets tonight? Can they just show up? How does that work?
It's free.
Free to show up?
It's absolutely free. There's reservations for tickets, but you can just come and get in.
You can just show up and get okay, and that starts at 6 p.m. Is that correct? At the Weber Center? Okay. Why would you encourage, people to attend this screening?
I would say from my point of view, it's an education. A lot of people across the country just don't understand what homelessness is. As Tim mentioned, people just don't think there's a solution.
Right.
But there is. So it's really education about how systems work, who homeless people really are and who they aren't. It's just a really good education for people to understand the work that we're all doing.
Okay, great. All right, that's 6 p.m. tonight at the Weber Center. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having us.
so much.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Get ready to celebrate. It's Oktoberfest at Home Furniture. Fall into savings of up to 10% off sale prices throughout the showroom. This bedroom suite is now just $5.99. Plus, right now, get 3-year special financing during the Oktoberfest sale, only at Home Furniture.
Get an 11% rebate on the last roof you'll ever need with steel roofing from Menards. Steel roofing is durable, offering your home the best protection from wind, hail, and fire. Choose from 29 stylish colors to enhance the appearance of your home. Available in cut-to-your-length panels that cover a large area quickly for fast installation. Plus, get an 11% rebate on everything for your roofing project now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
John Deere lawn tractors are built for year-round versatility because your work isn't done when the grass stops growing. Attachments like bagging systems and snow removal tools make lawn cleanup a breeze and those long, cold months a lot easier to take. Be ready for anything Wisconsin brings us with a mow and snow package from Tractor Central. Visit Tractor Central today to find out why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
It's a John Deere day.
We hear it all the time. A company gives a homeowner a quote for replacement windows. When the homeowner hesitates, they drop the price by almost 50% if they sign today. Makes you wonder why they didn't offer that price to begin with.
They called us for a second opinion. Our price, over $5,000 less, without the sales games and for better windows.
At Clear Choice, we believe in honest pricing, no pressure, and quality you can trust.
Don't get pressured into a bad deal. Call us today.
Choose Clear Choice or something less.
Get ready for the holidays and save money during our fall sale at Interior Designs Holman. All of our carpets are on sale. You'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimates in your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, get up to $700 with fall savings on a Beauty Rest Black mattress. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years and get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. Sleep first class on a Beauty Rest Black mattress from Home Sleep Express.
The forecast is always changing.
It's very important to keep it updated and looking towards the future.
I do like 2 in the morning and 2 in the late morning. It's fun because I feel like I'm talking to someone out there and relating myself, the weather, and what they need to know.
There's a lot more information on there available, and it's constantly updated, and we're one of the few around here that really updates that constantly with new information.
Online weather updates from First Warn Weather, streaming on News 8000, the app, and 8+. Expect more. The News 8+ app. Local news on your time. When it comes to severe weather,
Severe weather is a big threat.
Obviously, weather impacts everyone's lives, and weather changes, and you don't want outdated information.
be confident in First Warn Weather.
A national meteorologist can give you the broad overview.
But we're here for you. I know what this is going to do. I know how it's going to affect your area.
If you're from the area, like I'm from the area, you know all the real nuances.
Expect more from your local weather team.
We're still here for you. It's important.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
If you're feeling lucky, the Mega Millions jackpot is now at $600 million. No one won Friday night, so the next drawing is tonight. Art says he's already won this one, though. This is only the 11th time in the game's history the jackpot has reached $600 million. The last Mega Millions winner was back in June. It's 6:55, time for your morning news now. The 20 remaining living Israeli hostages were released yesterday and reunited with their family. As part of the peace plan between Israel and Hamas, President Trump spent the day in Israel and Egypt to mark what he called the dawn of a new Middle East. As part of the peace deal, nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners were also released. News 8 has learned the man charged in a September hit and run is accused of killing a beloved La Crosse librarian. 18-year-old David Resto is charged in the crash that killed Medora Nelson Ferris. The criminal complaint says Resto was speeding and blew through a stop sign at King Street and 16th Street, crashing into the vehicle she was in. Nelson Ferris was a children's librarian at the La Crosse Public Library. She was the best. A memorial now sits at the intersection reading "We Love You, Medora." A GoFundMe has raised more than $10,000 for her family. The link to donate is on our website, news8000.com.
All right, for your local weather, I was just keeping up with the local airports going towards Eau Claire as well as La Crosse, and not showing any rainfall on the ground yet. Still holding on to cloudier skies and up in Eau Claire, and then mostly cloudy skies getting into La Crosse, trying to get that rain down to the ground. Your highs for the day, though, picking up again, 50s and some 60s mixed in with mostly the 50s up along I-94 and 60s down along I-90. We'll see that continue to happen as we go through the next couple of days with cooler conditions in the forecast, but we're seeing a roller coaster ride of local temperatures getting up from the 60s to the 50s and up to the 70s, eventually back down to seasonal average temperatures to finish the week.
All right, I'm looking at that 76 on Friday. Woo, that's going to feel warm.
A little bit.
Thank you, Art. Thank you for waking up with us this morning. Coming up at noon, more on yesterday's Hamas hostage release and what rebuilding could look like for Gaza. We'll see you back here at noon.